So yeah, man. So how do I feel about the season this year? So let's go back. I've been really impressed. So probably since I'll say '08, because even in '11 when we won like the Scudetto, the formation for me wasn't really up to par. Like the style of play, yeah, we had Ibra, we had all these individual like quality, but the game wasn't that appealing. Since like Ancelotti left. Like I'm not gonna lie. So coming into the season, man, what impressed me the most is just a style of play. Like I can care less even if we win the Scudetto. I'm not even gonna lie to you, because that's what you need to look to. That's the satisfaction that brings, because that's what brings hope. Not these easy wins. See, the easy wins and like the lucky wins and the last minute stuff will work probably in the tournament. And when I'm in the tournament, like i.e. World Cup, Euro, because it's like, knockout phase and you go in and you go out. When you're running these 38 games a season, or like, just a regular season under a coach where you need to perform day in, day out, there needs to be a style of play. There needs to be some type of formula that even allows you to win, right? And that's been missing in Milan for way too long, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I remember them days I used to be in my room just yelling at the wall, trying to break my TV. Cause we used to be losing against shitty ass teams. Like, yo, Milan's 1-0 down. They're not coming back up. That's it. They don't know what they're doing. Nobody's really individual. And then during that era, I mean, especially when you go past like the 2014, probably Bonaventura, they used to come out the woodworks and try to work his magic. But other than that, we're just trash. Now we'll perform against the big teams, but the smaller teams we won't be able to get points, and that we used to be falling off and get these failed transfers. But I learned a lesson. See, when I was young, I never understood the economics or the finance perspective. I used to see stuff where we can just get it. When you're a kid and you're watching, you just understand stuff probably from a field perspective. You don't understand from the outside. Now, the older you get, obviously you're older, you start understanding like the economic factor, and you're like, oh, so I never understood. I never knew that they signed, I don't know, these old players in the shit off and all the worlds like on some huge salaries that just crippled the club. I never knew that. For me, it's like, oh man, we falling off. The players are not good. I never understood that portion of things. But hey, now I understand all that, right? And but I'm just now, since I understand all that type of stuff, it's just like now look, I'm really deep into that. I know, look at this player, he costs too much, or the wages are too much. And I know everybody probably more caught up, and also the way just the internet developed, and now you have access to like information that's crazy, especially prior to the early 2000s was a little bit different, but now we all I can translate the DiMarzio or Gazetta, like from it. I can translate that on Google real quick and get caught up. And now you have also those English speakers that follow Serie A, they can also get news from. So it's pretty awesome now. So we're locked in, we're paying attention, especially from paying attention to your team. So I'm gonna be satisfied. I'm not gonna lie to you. So going back on the season, man. With 13 games in now, we have 31 points. Yeah, 31 points. Uh, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with our style of play. The way Milan plays impressed. I'm impressed. See, the only thing why this is a downfall for us right now is just how games are really like crumbled in, right? They're all just jam packed. So 2, 3 days, like you just can't even recover. You're running around. So obviously you're gonna be dropping points. You're gonna be tired, even though we have a young team. So I'm not that upset. Because in the regular season, the way we play, we won't be dropping 2 points against the Verona, the General of the world. It's just fatigue. Excuse me. We really play like a high press. That requires you, like, you need to be resting. And we're one of the teams to reutilize everybody. So we don't really have players that really sit into the bench other than Duarte, Musakio, and Conti. Plus, are the only people that really don't play. Everybody, no matter from Maldini, Colombo, day in, day out, people on the field, they're out there. They grinding, they're running around, and I'm impressed. Certain players I have some beef with, but I let them slide because at the end of the day, it's the results we're interested in, and just getting just grind, fight for that last ball. And I see what they do, and I'm really impressed with this game and style. Now, yeah, we can't burn out though. We can't burn out, and I think it's wise for Pioli to know how to utilize his formation, right? making sure you're doing the proper rotations. And yeah, we need some quality people. Like people like the Castillo, the words, I'm sorry, bro. They got no place wearing that AC Milan jersey at all. They shouldn't. And it's kind of sad because sometimes chemistry, I'm really a fan of chemistry too, but bro, we try to take it to the last level. We can't lower our standards, especially a club with history as we are. We're not, yeah, people might say we're underdog, we're coming up, but based on our history, bro, we just need to get back to where we're used to. There's a certain standard that we have in Milan. You just don't gain 7 Champions League overnight, even through our period, if there's not a type of like winning culture, winning mentality, and that's what we need. Yeah, we're not selling like, to be honest with you, I can care less about Scudetto, man. I can care less of like a local thing. I'm more focused on the Champions League. Like, how can we get back there and get competitive again in the Champions League and go and win that stuff? That's what makes you, man, you're champion of Europe. Care less about the Scudetto, bro. I mean, some other people might disagree with me. That's fine. I want to get back to this. There's a reason why we're going to get back to the Champions League. We don't want to get back there just to participate then. I want to go back there and then become competitive again. Obviously, we're not going to do it in the first year when we go back there, but that's what we want. We want to go back to that status, because obviously our place has been taken by, and Europe. If you look at it, Man City and PSG are probably who really replaced Milan, and I'll probably say slash Inter. In the Champions League in terms of like performance, and they brought money into this shit. And that's a story for another day too. How I feel about these, try to buy your way up to the top. I hate that. Saw an article. Shout out to them people from Sempre Milan, man. They be putting some good out stuff. About how Ronaldo and them will try to like triple the salary to Hernandez. Like, all right, bro. Like, no, we're not about to sell you freaking 10 Hernandez, bro. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here with that shit, bro. Go buy somebody. Go fucking lure somebody else with your money. This shit is about loyalty. It's a passion. That's the reason why we like the sports. So the system of play, man, I'm really impressed. So we're playing this 4-2-3-1, if I'm not mistaken, right? 4-2-3-1, yeah, two, yeah. So we're playing this 4-2-3-1. Like, it's really like I hope I'm saying this formation right, bro. My bad. Yeah, I think it's it. Yeah, it's not as a long striker. You got the three and then two in the midfield. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, whatever the formation is, I think it's a 4-2-3-1. Feel free to correct me if you go down there. I don't have a computer in front of me and I'm not looking at it. Like I said, this is Ryan uncut, so I'm just speaking off my ass right now. I like the formation a lot, and don't get me wrong. Even though Zlatan is old, like he's not too mobile, agile, like be running around, but like he does have a useful play. He wins his aerial duels. It's something you need to actually win those. That's probably why Rebic been struggling. I mean, these people can't head for shit, and they can't jump. But shout out to them though. I still love all those players. Everybody fights for the shirt. Um, I'm impressed with that formation. Don't get me wrong. The only downfall, I'll say, is probably like our left wing. Or I said our left wing, our right wing. Sorry, with Castellano on there. I like Salamakers a lot. He covers the ball a lot. But going forward, how critical are they are. You see what I'm saying? Salamakers for me. Sorry. Salamakers for me is probably somebody that needs to he'll be good at right back. Be a Calabria replacement. You can just play him like he could be like the James Milner of AC Milan because he can play in any role. He just has that energy to cover so much field. But we do need a legit goal threat like right wing. That's we just can't gamble on that. And they're talking about getting Florent Thauvin. Thauvin from Marseille. He's not bad. I think he's the operation, especially not gonna cost a lot of money, but go and get it. Because right now we just needed people to be able to score goals. Because that's something Milan that even though we've been scoring 2 goals apiece, like every how would I say that they've been scoring 2 goals every game for the past what 20 something games, 30 something games. If I can't miss, I don't have the numbers in front of me, so don't quote me on that. It's interesting to see that most of the goals are coming from, all over the place. But it's not really like, yo, we're like in the box like that threat. We need a poacher. I think now with Zlatan injured, I think Piante could have stepped up, but we had to get rid of him, obviously. But now you're thinking like they could have stepped up because we need a nine. Like we need people coming in that box, not goofing around. We lose even the game today, against what you call that I just watched the game and I forgot, bro. This is so sad. Who we just beat Sassuolo. The game against Sassuolo, you can see they were making these runs as threat was on. We had good counter attack games or whatever, but we wasted a lot of stuff in the box. And I think if you try to go to the upper level, you need to be really clinical. Like you're in the box, you passing that, it's in. It's no making these stupid passes. Now I understand they're young, but I'm just saying just for the future. So I definitely think the right wing's been our issue for sure. Like our right wing is, and we need a center back. We need a center back that's fast. You know, as much as I like Kiar, I like Romagnoli, but this year but he's getting himself back together because when he came back from the injury, all the goals were coming from his side. You know, if we're gonna play this high press, you need people that move quick on their feet. You need people that move quick on their feet. You need CBs that will be able to track back. They're fast or not go too far ahead. They're really mobile. They're quick on their feet. You know, not slow pace, because you're just gonna get caught up. Because once we try to go to the next level, we start playing these European teams, go back to the Champions League. Yeah, you won't be able to get away with those mistakes. You're gonna have to be focused. You know, for instance, let's say for instance we play Tottenham in Europa League, and you know you get caught slacking, boy, yeah, you get caught slacking. Somebody like a Harry Kane or a Son is behind you. They're gone. They're gone, and trust me, they're not gonna miss it. As much as Donnarumma might be top class goalkeeper, they're not gonna miss. When these strikers in front of them, they're not gonna miss. Especially at especially at higher stages in those different type of competitions, such as the Europa League or the Champions League. So we really got to be careful, and they need to work on that. And then the second thing is set pieces, bro. I guess every Milan fan should know now. When we have set pieces, it's like a penalty to me because I'm like, all right, who's gonna score? I don't know if it's the fact that we have really short players. I don't know if the players are that short, or we just don't move quick enough in the box and we try to be complacent. But they need to solve that. And set pieces is not even on the defensive side. Also on the attacking side, we rarely even score set pieces from scoring set pieces now. And you know, corner kicks, we rarely even score. Like, you know, people not jumping high enough. They need to do better. Yeah, okay. I know people gonna come in here and be like, well, the goals we scored, yeah, I get it on set piece, but it's not that convincing. We need to be aerial threats. We have to, especially on the Italian side. Those defenders we have to be aerial threat. That's the only thing that's gonna get us better. You know, it's the only thing that's gonna get us better. Cause the more we can diversify, you know, where our goals come from, the better your team becomes. So now we know, and we saw it this year. You know Theo is not like, okay, oh, they're gonna give it to Theo. He's gonna run. He's gonna go straight on that vertical lane or on his left lane and try to do a cross or come in. Oh, since we know that we're gonna close them down, now there's no creativity in the team. They know all your goals come from there. Then boom, they shut him down. No. Oh, you think those are okay? It's gonna come from the middle. You letting the Shannon Loglu do his thing by himself. He's gonna give the ball to somebody else. Or on the right wing, Calabria now's making 4 runs going up. You know, you got a Ben Arcet that's playing a regista that's now like, you know, giving through balls out there, or it's coming from Zlatan. Okay, let's all focus on Zlatan. You focus on Zlatan, now Theo is free. You focusing on Theo, Zlatan is free, or you know, vice versa. And that's what you're supposed to do because they can't attack everybody, you know, all at once. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna be focused on somebody, and the more the goals can come from everywhere, as we've been doing, you know, fairly in the different games, I think it's gonna take our team even, you know, further. But we just, to be honest, we need quality players. I think this is a foundation that's set right now. And obviously, the next 5 years, once we become competitive, some of these players you're not gonna be seeing. I'm sorry to say it, but a lot of these players you're probably not gonna be seeing them. Some are gonna get sold, some are gonna get loaned out. We've seen it, you know. But this is the foundation. This is the beginning of something I'm really proud of. Now there's a concrete project. In the past, bro, there was nothing. We're just bringing players in with hope of whatever the fuck. You know, we're promoting the people like the Seedorf of the world and all that as players into these big teams as Milan. Like, though, this wasn't making sense to me at all. Like, bro, come on. Like, y'all acting like Milan's like City cheat team or like some really low level club. Like y'all not get it. We haven't won damn near anything because I won't count the Super Copa, not really. But for 10 years, but you just don't bring whoever. Like it's a history to preserve. Like we have a lot of titles, bro. It's not something to be underlooked or undermined. We're not a regular team. So that's one of the things that you have to keep in mind when you bring buying incentives, financial issue. You don't want too many people on payroll. Okay, fine, but bring in quality people or have a project, a concrete project where you might not win right away, but you think in the long term. Because when you do that right away thing, you cripple yourself. That's what Inter is doing. I don't care what you tell me. I'm not an expert on anything, right? I don't have insight in the club. I'm speaking from a fan perspective. That's what the fuck Inter is doing right now. They want to do that one win now. If they don't win now look, they're out of the Champions League. They're not even going to Europa League. If they lose now, right? If they don't win the Scudetto this year, what you do? You get rid of Conte? That is on a 12 million a year contract. You still got Spalletti on your payroll. You're gonna have Conte getting your payroll. Who you bringing in? You have aging players. How many players that are young that you can build around and have a system? And the players they brought in is for a Conte system. So another guy might come in, right? And then what happens then? Does he utilize these players? Can he really use them? I don't know, but I'm gonna have an answer talk for another day because sometimes I want to go into these teams and teams I might see as a threat and what might fix, and I might have my insight in those teams too. So it's just not gonna be like AC Milan all the time. But like I said, there's a project. You can see the player style. You can see all these youngsters now. I like what Gazzetti is doing, but we're not turning also Milan into Arsenal. We start selling. We're just playing a bunch of youngins and we're selling them. We're doing this so we can win too. So it's a 5 6 year project. We're doing it because obviously the thing and all that they're gonna age. It's gonna be really shitty if none of these people in this generation are able even to get silverware, and we are gonna get silverware. I'm certain of that. But we just need rotation. We're missing pieces. We're missing pieces, and so I talked about the right wing. The other portion, good lord, bro, a striker. See, I saw that shit coming, bro. I even said it when everything started, beginning of the season. Alright, bro, this stuff is gonna bite us in the end. Colombo, they're not ready. They're not ready yet. They still a team. They're not ready. You know, Zlatan needed a deputy, and I knew that it would happen. It's not because I didn't trust his body or none of that. It's just we're playing too much compact games. We're playing at least 3 games a week. The dude is 39. We're playing, and then our style of play is a high press. It's like a Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp type system. But you're pressing from up, you're running down. Even though Zlatan doesn't move a lot, but he still has to move more than required. And it takes a toll on him. It takes a big toll on him, like his recovery and all that, based on his age. He's not gonna recover as when he was, back in the days. And bro, I used to be following Zlatan since the Ajax days, bro. I had a Zlatan poster of Juve. That's probably like a secret I should not tell, but I had that Juve Zlatan poster. But I'm still a Milan fan. I'm like, yeah, he got the Juve. It's alright. But yes, and Zlatan back then was like insane. You know what I'm saying? But even right now, he's still sick. But we need a deputy. Leao can't really play in the box. Maybe not now. Rebic can play in the box. I mean, just look for yourself. Look in the games. Look what happens. During the games, you see Rebic always drifting left, like still thinking he's a left wing, knowing that he's supposed to be in the box. And that's why we can score chances because it's not where he's supposed to be, especially in those past 3 games where he got put up front as a striker. He kept drifting left, and I'm like, bro, what are they doing? So we definitely need that poacher. Go find somebody in a short contract and develop them other people, and we just can go in. You know, Jovic sounds nice, but bro, I don't know how much they want from the pay loan. We're not dropping too much money for these people because then again, we don't even know what his fitness is. So we're not gambling. They're trying to avoid a Piantek situation, and I agree with that. But I think Giroud sounds nice, even though he's older. It's a short term thing. He's not staying forever, but get us to where we need to be at. Bring money in, and we can go. Dream signing, Haaland, of course. Are we gonna get him? I don't know, but bro, bring Haaland. That shit's taking us to the next level. I don't care what you said, bro. With this team, it's promising. It's gonna just bring. It's gonna take us to the next level. But we'll wait and see. So, like I said, we definitely need a deputy. We definitely need a deputy striker. Like we're just in need of that, and that CB in the right wing. I guess across the whole Milan community, I think that's a no-brainer. I think we all agree with that. People are also talking about bringing another midfield. Yeah, I think we should. We should have gotten Bakayoko, but with the price and all that, yeah. I mean, I think we did good not spending that amount of money. Krunic is decent. Obviously, either we sell him or get rid of him. But yeah, we definitely need to bring in a quality midfielder. And I think once we got those pieces are complete, man, we can just go forward. But I think the really downfall with stopping Milan right now is definitely our, how can I say that? It's definitely it's definitely like that schedule, man. And I mean schedule just in terms of how everything, and it's impacting all of the teams, but just how everything is close together. Like that thing is just affecting us. I'm seeing it. I'm like, damn, these people are tired. Especially the style of play. I'm like, yeah, they're tired. But should they be dropping points? And they're doing good not doing that. Like we're not dropping. We're salvaging draws. Let's stay that way. This is what wins you titles. In the past, it wasn't because Milan was bad. Let me tell y'all that. In the past was more that we're dropping points against teams that we're supposed to having routine wins against. Like we'll go lose, at places like what's this one team? I'm trying to think. Teams that used to be bottom of the table, we'll draw with them, but they beat us. And I'm like, yo, what are they doing? But then y'all go and y'all beat Juve, or y'all go and draw with Inter. Y'all do something, and it's like y'all come back, and it's the games y'all supposed to win, y'all losing, and I'm like, all right, and you finish in sixth, eighth, and it wasn't conquering. And sometimes even when we finish fifth, you're like, man, I don't want to see them in there. Like, please, just drop down. You need that wake up call. And we still thought we were elite during those years, even though we were still garbage. We still thought like we were still a top tier team, but we weren't. That's the delusion we had. Let's not lie. We were kind of delusional during those years too, especially around 2015, 16, 17. Those 3 years in general, we still thought like we were still elite, but we're really delusional. We were shit. And I think we realized that like when we got, what's his name, that clown, Gianpaolo, we realized that, okay, dude, we're not that good. Like we need a legit restart, right? That's the phase Arsenal is going through right now. They still think they're Arsenal from the Invincible eras when they're a mid-table team. Like they just don't want to. That's the reality. Like you just need to settle with that in your head as a fan. Like yo, we're an average fucking team. Let's get back on track. Leave the past kind of to the back and let's go forward. You know. And Arsenal, I don't think they seem to understand that. They've been out in the Champions League now for I think what 4 years now, 3 years. They become a mid-table team. That's what it is, and they don't want to admit it. And when it becomes like that, players don't want to go to your team now. Back then, Milan knocking on your door, you're coming in. But now we can't even get that. But it's fine. Something ahead. I think big teams never die. I always say that football is a cycle. Teams have their ups and downs. For some teams, it's longer. For some teams, it's shorter. For some teams, they come back. I think us was a little bit longer than some of the other teams, but it's fine. I'd rather be losing and, get our head right instead of having half-ass wins and we getting in and you're not really getting trophies and you're falling out. I don't want that. We do it bad, 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 bad. We stay in the dark and then when we come out, we start winning, winning, winning. And it might be a decrease, but you as a fan, what I can tell y'all, as a fan, you just want to see your team win in your lifetime, important major trophies. I was fortunate enough to see Milan win 2 Champions League in my lifetime, go to finals 3 times. You know, fortunate enough to see them win the Scudetto 2 times in my lifetime, right? 04 and 0 and in 2011, 2010. I'm not upset. I seen that. I don't want to dilate and be like, after my death, Milan won like 3 Champions and whatever. I seen two. I know what the feeling is, you know. And like I said, I'm really impressed with just the style of play is really impressive, but it requires a lot of energy, and I think the players for it. Yeah, we just need some serious people in rotation, and we just have those missing pieces that are really intimate. So Maldini is a really smart man. Even as a technical director, I respect the man. Get these people for cheap. Get those games, get these scouts out there. Get somebody that's concrete, that's gonna do their job in their hair to, Zlatan. Because it's all about having a system of play and going forward, and also know how to do the tweaks, you know. And I think purely they learn, especially after that Atlanta game. I didn't even go back and watch the highlights and none of that. I saw the score. I never even attempt. I think I saw one goal from him. I don't want to even watch this embarrassment. But I think that was like the big wake up call. And we're not playing with fans, so there's a different dynamic. But the style of play, even with fans involved, it can go either way. But I think in the long run, it's just gonna be positive. So that's the little recap I can do. So if I had to grade it from a scale from a 1 to 10, as far as like Milan performances, we're not gonna too much put the scoring results. I said about an 8. 8 is fair. I'm not gonna be a 9 or a 10. 8 is fair because it's more. We're still not clinical. We're still lack in some stuff. We lose the ball easily, and what we're not supposed to be doing. It's not a finished product. Milan is not a finished product yet, and they're getting there. They're getting there, and I think it's something we should all be proud of, especially if you're a Milan fan, a real Milan fan, not the new plastic stuff. Somebody asked me, like, y'all remember Milan Zlatan days? I'm like, bro, Zlatan days is still even new. 2010 is still new, bro. We're going way back. Started supporting Milan way before we acquired Kaká. It's the year following when we won that Scudetto, that's when Kaká came into the team. When we acquired, I'm like, yo, who's this new Brazilian kid? Even though I was young then, but, so prior to that, so I was fortunate enough to see Milan's legends, come around in and out and seeing all these coaches. So, we've been in there, but we welcome everybody that comes into the family. But, if you're gonna be a supporter of this team, you just gotta embrace the good and the bad. You just can't embrace just the good and run away in this tough times, bro. I was in that bad time. I didn't cry some days. Like I was upset. Just the style of playing, just how your team is just shit. Embarrassing. But hey, that's the beauty of football. But you enjoy it. You stay in those dark moments and you start enjoying, like, the future, the brightness. So we die red and black, like that's for sure, man. If you have any comments or concern, man, let me know in the comments. You know how I can make this beautifully, but I just want to put the video out, man, just with the thing, the background, and everything might be subject to change down the road, but I just want to start it with the video. I know I talked a lot about a lot of stuff, and I was all over the place, but like I said, this is relatively a new channel, so I'm just gonna try my best, put the content out there and just find a new community, man, and have interactions with people across the world, especially for some of us that are English speakers, no matter where you at. You might be in North America, like I am, or you might be in Europe, might be in Africa, in Asia, all across. But it's just a camaraderie because I know there's all Milan fans out there, and I think it's really beautiful just to go out there and just share something in common, especially the sport of football. So like I said earlier, it has no borders, no frontiers. I don't have to be an Italian. I remember some clown tried to check me on the internet talking about like, oh, if you haven't been to San Siro again, you're not a real fan. Like, bro, shut up. I don't have to be there. I'm fine watching it in my house. I want to be at the San Siro and watch a game, but if I haven't been there, you can't you can't grade or rate my level of loyalty because I haven't been to the San Siro. Like that's just straight BS. Like fuck out of here with this shit. Like I'm a Milan fan. I die a Milan fan, but I got a Milan tattoo. Like don't stop playing with me, man. I die for this team. As much as somebody that's in the city that grew up. But eventually, before they tear the San Siro down, hopefully I'll be able to go over there. Hopefully Milan can fly me out there, bro. Please, Milan, if you hear me, I'm here. Um, uh, but yeah, so that's the grade I can give for the team right now and the tweaks, and we'll see. And as the season goes along, I'm start making more videos on how I feel about the different games and how I feel about the different players. So my next video is definitely probably gonna be between. It's definitely gonna be probably on the Lazio game if I'm not mistaken. Just gonna make a video for that and just go in and see overall performance, and then I can go in depth and how I feel about certain players from the beginning because I haven't really went in and start roasting, how we say in the States, roasting some players, you know, like going in on them, like the players that are really pissing me off on the field. I haven't really gotten into that, but it's gonna happen with the games because, of course, they're gonna start showing their limits again, and I have a chance to do so. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and yeah, like I said, it's a Black Tifoso report. My name is Clint, by the way. I think I forgot to introduce myself and Forza Milan.